215 million children under 18 work, many full-time. In sub-Saharan Africa, 1 in 4 children aged 5 to 17 work, compared to 1 in 8 in Asia Pacific and 1 in 10 in Latin America. Do you think this is okay? I think not. My name is Samuel Stanton, and I am here to talk to you about child labour and child slavery. I would like to stop child slavery in the world immediately. I'm sure that a lot of people would agree and would like to do that. We need to start small and work our way up. Around 6 million children today are child slaves, and 246 million children are employed as child labourers. To put this into context, there are only 1.9 billion children on Earth. We don't know if this figure is going up or down. You might think it is fine if it goes up once or twice, but actually, we lose the human perspective if we think of it as numbers. Everybody's lives do matter, and they matter now. An estimated 120 million children are engaged in hazardous work. Hazardous work is work in dangerous and unhealthy conditions that can lead to a child being killed or even becoming ill. It is illegal and ethically wrong to get a child to do your work. It is atrocious that children are brought to work and paid little or no money for their labour. They have rights. These horrible people would have hated this as a kid, but instead, they have decided to do it to poor little children themselves. Child labour and child slavery. What is the difference? Well, child slavery is unfair and is the forced work of a child for someone else. Child labour is when a person below 15 years of age is doing work that is seizing them of their childhood, their potential, and their worth, when the work is harming their physical and their mental development. 71% of child labour is in agriculture, 12% is in industrial work, and 17% work in cleaning. The worst forms of child labour is sale and the trafficking of children, and then forced labour, which does cross the line into child slavery. Child labour tends to be done when the child is in the care of the parents and they are economically hard up. Neither situation is fair for the children involved because we do equally deserve love and freedom. Always remember that. In 1802 to 1819, the working hours of workhouse children in factories and cotton mills were 12 hours per day. Industrial revolutions began around 1750 in Europe, as well as in the US following the Civil War, who also forced children into dangerous work. This problem has been around a long time. It has been going on for 190 years, but I have only heard of this recently, which shows how little the more privileged members of wealthier countries know. During the past 7 years, hundreds of kids have shared their stories of child labour and child slavery on YouTube and other online platforms. According to the Global Slavery Index, North Korea is the country that is most exposed to slavery and labour. 104 people out of 1,000 people are victims of modern slavery in North Korea. North Korea's population is 25.2 million and has 2.6 million people as victims of this. Less than 1/10 of people are put into this unfair and unruly habitat of living. According to the Human Rights Watch, children as young as 11 are forced to work on farms and construction sites at the command of the government. Labour can escalate, and children living in the country's Kwaliso, detention camps of North Korea, are also forced to engage in heavy work. There are a lot of ways you can help this problem. One way is a website called UNICEF, or United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, and has been around for 72 years. Their website is extraordinary and tells you a lot that you probably didn't know. You can donate straight from their website, and it really does help. Another life-changing website is Anti-Slavery, which focuses on all types of slavery. You can also donate. I cannot put this into words how mad and upset I am, so I am telling you because we can not only spread the word, but the empathy all of us feel about this touching problem. I always think about these poor kids that instead of asking for the latest video game or computer, asking and begging for clean water, food, and of course freedom. I think we in the Western world take these things and more for granted, and because of this, the problem is ignored and continues to grow. We need to stop child labour and child slavery. Thank you.